Alright. I am ready. Now I'm going to put my microphone on the corner of my desk. And I've turned up the volume. So hopefully it will pick me up without a problem. Anyway, restart this. Because the chat always likes to mess up. Alright, I think we're good. Stab my hand today. Alright. Let me go ahead and go back up to 32x and we will start tearing it down. I fixed the screen a little bit. Now we can see everything. Alright. Oh, forgot to turn on my tablet over here so I can see what I'm doing. Twitch. Well, because I don't have it on this tablet. Go ahead and add it then. Twitch. Did I say TikTok? Did you want to watch TikTok? No, I said Twitch. Okay. So we have 232x this is. I'll tear this one down and recap it. Clean it up. My favorite screwdriver. We'll take that one out. Get some gloves on. Go with the longer regular Phillips. Yeah, it's going to fit better. Maybe. Nope. It's a smaller head. Go ahead and log on to the Twitch. Got a text message. Put in the code. Is 804. Alright, now I need to go to me. You silly thing, I'm not going to level up my story right now. I'm going to have two things on this camera. I need to go in here.
Cabot Kisser. I got a couple of the Sega 32X.
Oh yeah? If you're having trouble with it, I've heard the caps are having issues. Come on, you I'm having trouble with my... there we go. Creator dashboard. I'm trying to get my switch on here. It's fine. Stream manager. There we go. Finally. Yeah, there we go. Now I'm good there. Now I need to get a Chrome up. And I'm going to find Console 5's cap thing. Console 5 32X cap. And I need the wiki, please. Yeah, these things have issues with their caps. So it's a good idea to replace them if you're having any problems. Capacitor list, there it is. Come on, check me list. Alright. Cool. List is up. Alright. Get this guy apart. Clean everything up. So it works like a new console. So do you collect Sega games, or do you just like or do you collect hardware? Or just got the stuff to play occasionally? This guy's gonna need some buffer. Look at metal. We'll try to get that metal clean too. Oh yeah. Is it the Aero something 303? All right. There's the protective spray for vinyl, plastic, rubber.
Avid Kisser. I bought to mess with.
Okay, cool. Are you going to try to make one of those Neptunes that everyone's been showing off? I was thinking about that, but I don't know. Alright, we'll get this. Why not? We'll clean it up and then add some goodness to it. So I'm getting a... what does it say? Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to buy some of this called 303 Protective UV Spray. So hopefully that will, after I clean this up, make it look nice. Alright. That should be all 4 screws out the bottom. Here we go on the inside. Needs a little cleaning everywhere, doesn't it? Well, we'll get it done. We'll first get the caps done, and then we'll clean everything. I need to get a Japanese Phillips so that I don't have it sliding around on me all the time. Like, I think it might be a number. Let's try this one. They all kind of just, all the ones I've been trying kind of like fall out of it. And I've heard it's because the Phillips head is slightly different. Oof.
Cabot Kisser. I bought one of my 32X through Toys R Us for $20 years ago. I forgot where I picked up the other one.
Nice. Yeah, I had mine for years. Like, I've got my original one I had back in the day. I don't remember how much I paid for it. I think I got it for a Christmas present. I was like super excited when it came out. Is everything good on the stream? Let me see. reason my my Twitch is not showing the stream for me. I don't know. I've got it streaming on Switch and on YouTube, so. I was trying to make my tablet a second screen, but apparently
Enakurt 90.
they
Do
took
you
it off.
have all of the cables for the 32X Genesis and CD?
Oh yeah, that makes a beautiful wire nest. I need to find it. I made a power cord for my combination, just for myself, and it has the 3 different cords on it, and I'm running it off of a 12 volt 5 amp power supply. It makes it easier to plug in with all my stuff. I got my streaming set up, and I have 32 consoles hooked up to it right now that I can switch between. I have a nice little spreadsheet to remind me where everything's at. Some of them I have to move wires because, like, I have the HD retrovision cables, and I use those to switch between, like, Genesis and PlayStation and stuff like that. Alright. We're getting closer to the belly of the beast. We'll check these cables out too when we're done. These hold down with a clamp. I don't think I've ever taken those out. I feel like they're forced in. No, it doesn't. It feels like it's sitting there. Alright.
Cabot Kisser. If Sega played their cards right, they should bring out the Neptune as a budget system.
Yeah. Well, I think they were going to, but then they realized they couldn't even do the Saturn right, let alone try to make a budget system. I mean, by that time they passed off their budget systems off to Majestico. So Majestico made the the Model 3 off of the Nomad's board. Alright, let's get... I think all these screws are the same size. That makes life so much easier.
Enakurt 90. What console and add-on is a pain to work on?
I don't like working on the Switch Lite, but that's just...
Dankmamedom Red 64 bits. I'd be afraid to watch this if I didn't trust you 100%. LOL.
Thanks?
Cabot Kisser. I got my Sega Saturn and Dreamcast.
Yeah, I got the Dreamcast, I think that should get my shell off here. Alright. Bottom shell. Here we go. Now we'll take apart the cartridge slot here. I'm going to need the smaller screwdriver for that. Nope, little tiny small one. I'm mainly taking apart the cartridge so I can try to clean up the metal there some.
Dankmamedom Red 64 bits. Let's be real, from the day I saw you remake a Game Gear according to my vision, I'd trust no one else to do delicate work like this.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Alright, there we go. So that is the 32X completely taken apart. I'm going to avoid taking the strips out because they're good now. But I'm going to... Look how many wires they just screwed up. And they just like, oh, well, we just make our own jumper there. We'll fix that. That's from the factory, guys. Like, come on, guy. Why? Alright.
90. Would you think Sega would have still making consoles if Bernie didn't say Sega is not our future?
I think they would not... They stopped making consoles because people bootlegged the Dreamcast so much that it killed the console. That's really what happened. Let's go ahead and clean up these connectors while we're here. They're saying that they was selling the Dreamcast at a loss by $50, and then they're like, "Well, we'll make the money back on the games," and then people bootleg the games like within the first week or month of the console coming out, and they weren't making money on any one. They wasn't making money on the games. It wasn't making money on the consoles, and so it killed everything. Which is just horrible.
Edikirk 90. What about the Genesis having the 32X add-on?
Well, that was just bad timing. I understand where this is coming from. It was like,
Kisser.
okay, let's make a budget console.
The only thing I hated about the 32X, you had to hook up a third AC adapter. It's
True.
like WTF.
Well, you know what's funny is that they actually had the pass-through. So, if they would have gave a bigger power block to the Genesis, they could have passed the power through the 32X.
90. Then doing the Saturn like a few months later.
Yeah. If the 32X would have came out like around...
Red 64 bits. Wow, it's just a Genesis cartridge with more chips and a second board and cartridge slot.
That's pretty much all it is, yeah. I was talking to the guy that's making the new Nomad screens, and he put enough power on there. He said that he could probably get the new screen board to emulate the 32X. I'm like, that would be amazing. Alright, there we go. Now, that's our connector all cleaned up. And let's see where... I don't think I have any caps on the cartridge slot itself. Let me see. There is a cap 30 right there. And I think the only reason why that's there is... I think that's when I change... Yeah, I put I put a 100
I use silver cleaner to clean up the connector pins.
I usually just use alcohol and an eraser. Some of that other abrasive stuff you can use, but it can be a little too abrasive on it. If the pin is thin, you'll eat right through it. So I gotta change. Let me get my... I just covered my glasses. No, I didn't. They're over here. Gotta be able to see when I do this stuff. So we're gonna change resistor 30 right there with a 100. I think I got the right size. I might have grabbed the one that was too big. And this is not one that's necessary. I'm changing out this capacitor because it's one that will help some video noise issues that the 32X has. Let's see. Nope, I got the right size. Hooray! Alright. I put all the caps I need in a little container.
Dank Mamedom Red 64 bits. That's a capacitor?
Yeah, this
I
is
thought they were all cylinders.
These are surface mount capacitors. They're ceramic, so really these don't die very often. I'm putting a bulkier one in here to help with some noise issues, just to make the video a little better. I'm also changing out one of the capacitors and putting a larger one in there too. So now they have capacitors all different types. Let's see. So yeah, this is ceramic. They also have I don't know if I have any of those. Yeah, you have a bunch of different types. Really, I'll have to like make a little chart just to do all that. Okay, so let's go ahead and hold the board.
Edikirk 90. Do you actually think the PlayStation 6 and whatever the next Xbox is gonna be have a disk drive? Cause I'm pretending that it's not.
So I think that Sony will probably go away from the disk drive and make it an optional device.
Cabot Kisser. Too bad Nintendo screwed up the deal with Sony back in the 90s.
Sega had
You
a
could
chance
have a
too.
cool CD add-on for the Super NES.
Well, after Nintendo screwed them up, have you ever read? If you haven't read it, it's an amazing book. Console Wars is a great book, and it goes into that whole thing with Sony and with Sega. And I'll turn that off so it's not glaring so much.
Dank Mehmet Omred 64 bits. I saw that documentary.
No, you can't watch the documentary. You got to read the book. The book is so much better because the book plays it off like more of a, like you're there in the time with Kalinske and Alan, and then all the other people
Dank
from
Mehmet
Sega.
Omred 64 bits. I do love a good book.
Yeah.
Smiley face.
And it's on audiobook if you don't have time for a real book. All right, so I don't have tweezers, so we're going to do it the cheap way. We're going to use two soldering irons, and we're going to pop this cap off, and then we'll clean up everything. That's still too much light. I'm trying to get the light right for you guys. The problem is I think this light is too much. Let me see if I can turn this down.
And Kirk 90.
It's a little better.
The books are always better. Cabot Kisser. I'm 52, I've been through it all.
Alright, we're gonna go ahead and we'll make. Yeah, it's just really interesting to see how the only reason why Sega even made it was because they got Kalinske in there, and he knew how to market things. And it was marketing department that saved Sega, not their innovations. Alright. Where's my wick? There he is. Get my tweezers here. So yeah,
Dank Mehmet Omred 64 bits. Wow. Super delicate. You must have practiced for years to be able to perform this.
I
Did
have.
you ever consider a medical degree?
Not at all. Oh, come on, you stupid board holder. I screwed it down and it came loose. This is what happens when you spend less money on
Dank Mehmet Omred 64 bits. I had to open my mouth.
You alright? There you
Yeah.
go. That's why I don't
Surprise,
do surgeries.
please.
So I'm going to put a little bit of solder on the pads, and then I will get my, where's he at? There he is. A little trip of, there we go. And there's our pad all nice and clean. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it. So there's our nice clean pad. And what I'll do is I'll come in here now with a little bit of solder on one of the pads.
Dank Mehmet Omred 64 bits.
Like
Wow.
this.
That fresh silver smell. XD.
Right?
Cabot Kisser. If Sega was smart when they came out with the Sega Genesis Model 2, they could upgrade the graphics chip. Kirk 90. Would you be getting the Switch 2? Mario Kart 9 looks more realistic than the rest of the other Mario Karts. Splatoon 4 is gotta let you go all over the place unlike the first three.
Oh, I hope I'm getting one. This might be too big. Hold on. Trying to see if I can fit this in here. Okay, there we go. We can get it. I'll hold you down here. We'll just the solder I just put on there. So I want to be careful not to get this guy over too far and short on any of the pins. Come on. I'm gonna solder left-handed then. There you go. There we go. I'll just double check this side over here.
Dank Mehmet Red 64 bits. How do you think they made these back in the day? Human hands?
No,
or
these
some
were all
kind of
machined.
very specialized machine.
These were all
Edit
machined.
90.
Yeah.
The Switch 2 is gotta be 400 and Switch 2 Lite is gotta be 350.
That's probably what's gonna happen. Oh crap. I just spilled my alcohol, man. Ah, poo. Not on anything important, but still it's annoying. You know what's crazy? I just cleaned up this table so I didn't have anything in the way of stuff. And then the way I put stuff, I still knock him over. Go figure. Oh well. Let me get my toothbrush I just had in my hand that I just lost. There he is. So I'm grabbing. Get my magnifying glass over here and make sure that's soldered on well. That looks good.
Edikirk 90.
That looks good.
What's with the yellow wires?
Oh, those are ones that Sega put on here. They're just other jumper wires that apparently they didn't have a good enough trace. And they did that with every console I've opened up from Sega. They always have these like other wires on here that's just jumping to places that they forgot about or something. I don't know what they were doing. It's kind of annoying. But yeah, I've got, even in the Sega Genesis are like that. I don't know, here's a Sega CD Model 1 board. And this is my doing. It didn't have one of the brain fart, the little inductors, so I just wanted to make sure that was working. This one still has trouble, but I recapped him, and I put the nice caps on them, and it still doesn't work right. He's my next project or he's a project that I eventually will do. Let's put it that way. He's not my next one. I've got too many other things I'm working on. So we'll work on this side first.
Edikirk 90. Did you think Sega was on some sort of things they were on?
I'm not sure about the question. I'm sorry. In what way do you mean? There it is. Looking for my brush. All right, we'll get this thing cleaned up. Give it a little toothbrush here. I'm brushing its teeth. Pins look good. What I think I'll do, let's just go in here and take off all the caps.
Edikirk 90. I meant on drugs.
Oh, that they probably were. No. I mean, not as much as the people from Atari. Man, they love to party.
Dank Red 64 bits. Sega of Japan was fueled by jealousy over Sega of America.
Definitely.
They sabotaged them at every turn they could, especially since Yuji Naka was being a racist against America.
Oh, but America got big American penis. Oh, we so small. You oh so big. All right. we will do this the easy way.
Edikirk 90. What killed Atari? The Atari 5200 and the games no one wants.
No, what killed Atari was them being sold off to Warner Interactive. Oh, you are not a capacitor. You are fine to stay where you're at, my friend. This is the capacitor. Let's see. Yeah, those are fuses. We can leave the fuses in there. Seems like anytime a company sells off to another company, it's gonna die.
Dank Mehmet Red 64 bits. Sonic X-Treme did not happen because of that jerk. He threatened to quit Sega if they let the Americans use his Knights engine on X-Treme. He also hated working with STI on Sonic 2 because of different cultures. He fueled all of this, I guarantee.
Yeah. But to be fair, there's a lot of Western-made games that are crap, but they're not made by Sega, by other companies.
Cabot Kisser. I was 8 when I got the Atari 2600 for Christmas in 1980. Edikirk 90. Is Warner not great at doing anything?
No, they kind of suck. Well, and Warner was okay until then they get sold to Discovery, and now Discovery's making them even worse. I'm like, how'd you do that, guys? All right. Gonna
Dank Mehmet Red 64 bits. Remember the Sega 32X infomercial? That thing is a delightful train wreck, and it's on YouTube. Search for Sega 32X absolutely Rose Street, and be prepared for cringe.
When I was I think it was in 10th grade, is when they was advertising the 32X. And of course I was going off of the advertisements that I was seeing how, EGM was describing it and stuff like that. And I wrote a report.
Did you ever use the CD32 at all? I've made a video on it.
I made a report at school about how the 32X was going to work. How it was going to have like newer graphics. And how they described it in EGM at the time was that it was going to make the regular Genesis games look better too. Which, I mean, it did in a little bit, but not as well as they was talking about on EGM. But I wrote a report for school about that.
Cabot Kisser. If I do what you are doing, I'll wind up burning down my house. Thank Mehmet Red 64 bits. Well, I'm sure you got an A+ for writing, anyway.
I did.
Smiley face.
I mean, I got grades because I actually turned stuff in. These are all crusty. I don't want to mess with the pads too much. They might fall all apart. I don't want to deal with that. Let's see how it looks over here.
Dank Mehmet Red 64 bits. Wait, 10th grade? 1996? I thought you were my age.
I am 45. So 10th grade. Yeah, it was 96, I think.
Dank Mamedom read 64 bits. B to the S to the capital bleep. That is just not true.
Yeah, we're old farts. Alright, I'll turn this at an angle here so I can see these boards. Let's see if I got all the
Edikirk 90. Looks like Cabot Kisser and I are the only ones on the YouTube side of this channel.
Yeah, I mean, I get some from both. I don't know if I my chat on. I try to put a chat. Come on, so that way you can read both of them. But that's why I put the robot voices, because sometimes, like when I'm full screen, I don't have the chat streaming on the channel. There we go.
Dank Mamedom read 64 bits. No, we are experienced. The young and stupid mock us because they lack our worldwide knowledge, and I just broke my brain describing what the crap I just said.
Alright, let's go. Turn up this light a little bit just so I can see the capacitor markings. Alright, CE15 will be a 47. If I don't knock anything over again. This is a 150. Which one's a 150? C11's a 150.
Edikirk 90.
C10.
How did you do the robot voice? Cause I'll try that when I start doing lives.
I use Restream, and when I use Restream app, they have a place that I can go internally to tell it to read it out loud. Alright, so this is our C11, should be a 150 volt. So I think I showed this before, but when you're doing resistors, to make it easier, see you have the plus on here. I don't know if you can see that, but the plus sign obviously is your plus. Your negative is the white stripe. But
Cabot Kisser.
The leg is always longer on the positive side.
The Sega Saturn was the video CD adapter. If you look in the Sega Saturn owner's manual, they do talk about it. Dank Mamedom read 64 bits. I need to go for now, as I need to wake up my sister and my mom so they can go to work.
Okay.
And that is an hour-long task. If I'm not back by the time you're done, I look forward to the archive.
Fair enough. I will work on this and we'll be done with it. I will get it done today. I just don't know exactly when. Alright. So I'm just picking up caps now. I put all the caps that you wanted, all the caps that I needed for this in a separate container. That way I didn't just search for all my caps. So I'm just going to pull one out and then we'll just place it when we need it. So this is a 116. I think I got it for the 110s. So we need C19, C20. Oh, the polymer one? Oh, that's on that side. I didn't take it out. And C14. So C14 is here. Plus is on this side. So I want to put the positive over here. Negative there. Alright, he's in. C13 is a 150. Up here 47. C15 is a 47.
Edikirk 90. How dysfunction is the Atari Jaguar CD?
My Jaguar CD works still. I've not taken it apart yet. I need to though, because I wanna recap it. here. 220 C16. C16. It's like we're doing bingo. C16. C16. What are you down here? I don't see the marking for this one. Right there. Let me just look at the diagram. That'll be quick and easy. You're C9. Okay. That's easier. I'm trying to figure it out. C9 is a 4710. $47.10. So that one goes over here. Beautiful. Alright. Moving along. Move along, sir. 47. Another 47. Geez, so many 4710s. What we have is a 10. So what we're looking for right now is we're looking for C10, C13, and C12. So 12, 10, 12, 13. 10 is a 47. Alright. 10 is a 47. We'll get him in there. 12 is the 220. He's going to be the big dude. 220. I got a 220-25. It's calling for a 16, but I put a 25 in. As long as you've got the right capacitance, you're good. Don't put them in there if your capacitance or the voltage is lower than it calls for. So this one I'm putting in a 25 volt, even though it calls for a 16 volt. It's not going to hurt anything. Alright, now we need a 1. Another 47. Geez. You a 1? You're 10. And that bolt of 1 is out. Another 10. Okay, I lied. I guess I didn't pull all the ones I needed out. 10, 14, 47, 47. 10. What are you? 47. Here's my 150 volt. Found it!
Tiki party. Back from church. Yo, what is this thing?
A 32X, my friend. I popped it open and we're recapping it. So right now I'm working on this side, getting it recapped. Then we'll go to the other side and start working on that. I do need to go upstairs. I bought a bigger capacitor because I needed to get a 2200. I don't think I've got a 2200 in this kit. Let's see here. No, I thought I have another kit with 2200. So, I may have to go upstairs. I've got caps everywhere. Here, 33s. 2216. Jesus, that might be
Tiki
too
party.
big.
What a good thing to do on Sunday. Smiley face.
Right? That is way too big. I don't think I can fit that in there. It's taking over 47. Yeah, I might have to find a different one for that. Let me go upstairs and find that, but first we'll solder the back side. We'll get all these caps in here. Come on. Get over there. There we go. I'll tighten it back down so it doesn't flop down on me. Beautiful. Alright, I'm going to put gloves on so I don't burn. Hot water burn baby. Hot water burn baby. Okay. Come on. Shine up. Thank you. Then I'm going to go underneath of it. Well, just push the cap up a bit. Just so it's a little bit more flush to the board. I'll do that for each one of them. Usually you have to do it on one side, so I will get some solder on one side of the cap. I'll just kind of push it in place. There we go. Then we can actually take this other side and not have it twist down as much. Solder him down. He's one of the pads that didn't look great. Alright. Okay. Now I'll take a little bit off the top. I'm going to touch this one up a little bit. I don't like the way it looks. Did that trace pop off? Check continuity and make sure that didn't come off. It doesn't feel very good, but I think it's fine. So we can check here and it should go. Okay, we're good. Okay. Oh, come on. Just at the wrong angle. There you go. Not wanting to cooperate. All right. Should be all we need. There we go. I'm going to take the 32X shell and stuff upstairs and give it a good wash. Then we'll do that. I'll do that off screen. I'll do that later. I won't finish putting it together today. There we go. But we will clean up the metal on these to try to make them a little better. At least they will look better after we're done. Alright. So get all that stuff off here. Come on. Tweezers, where are you?
Tiki Party.
Alright.
So what does the job on this one consist on?
So I replaced this capacitor here, and I've replaced all the ones on this side. I have some just replaced all the capacitors. I cleaned up the connector port, and I am now going to, after I get done with this, you get the Dremel out, and we'll make the metal shine nice and pretty on the other side. Okay, so we need to take off. We don't need to take off C18. These caps usually last forever. I'm just double checking. Yeah, that's a polymer cap, and it doesn't normally need replaced. The one that I'm gonna have trouble with is this guy. He's he's bubbled up anyway. So we gotta take off all of these caps. These two over here, can't forget those. These. We're gonna leave off the We'll leave the inductor there. He's fine. And then we'll get it back together and test it. And then I'll take it back apart again and clean it. I love having my board above where I need it to be. That way I can at least see the underneath of it instead of having it directly on the table. So, how do you like the widescreen look? Does it look better now? Can you see a little more on the screen than you did last week? You know what? We're going to do it the proper way this time. We're going to take the solder off each one of these. Come on, get out of there. Look at another 47. You really like 47s. Go. So you gotta be careful with the caps sometimes when you're taking these off, because they are bent and they're bent down flushed against the pad. If you don't have enough heat on there, you will rip that pad right up, and then you're having a bad day making jumpers and finding other ways of getting stuff on the board. So what I will do is that I will have my I'll kind of get my desoldering iron on the side of the leg and kind of push it up a little bit. There we go. Another thing you can do is if you have too much, like if it's having a hard time pulling it out, you can push the leg up, cut the top of the leg off, and then pull it back through too. That's another trick I found. Where's our next cap? These two here caps. I'm gonna add a little extra new solder on it just so I remember where they're all at. Cap, cap, capping and capping. So you got those two, then we take off the tape. We ignore this cap here. This is our next cap over here. Alright. Then we have not a cap, and the next two are caps. Okay. I have a 1958 television that I want to recap, but opening that thing up scares me. It has no board on it. All the caps and everything's just put on there by basically a big cardboard board with everything held together with wires. And I'm afraid to do it. So right now he just looks pretty. It might work. I'm afraid to turn it on. But there you go. He did not want to come off. Imagine that. It's a 47. Jesus. All right. That I don't think is a cap over there. Nope, he's a wire. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more caps. Okay. Ooh, you are the good one. You are the one coming off. Sorry, I'm trying to do this so you can see with the camera, and I can get these caps off. I don't think that was the cap. I think I got the wrong one. Oh well. It's fine. You can put solder back on him. I'm gonna snip this one. He's kind of like, this is the one that's kind of like bent so much that it's in the way.
All good. Don't compromise working comfort for the camera. We know you can pull stunts anyway, LUL.
I got his other side up. Gonna snip that off. Alright, now this should fall right out. There we go. He's our 470 that we're going to change to a 2200. I just don't know if I'm going to get the 2200 in here. I've got to go upstairs and find it. I got one separately to make sure I had the right one. So skip him, these super caps. Come on. What are you holding on to? There we go. Some of these things just kind of like, they're out, but they don't want to move once they're out. So as you can see, I'm underneath of it, wiggling the cap as I got the solder on there, or the soldering iron. So now I know all the solder's off because I can still move it, and the legs are dancing. I should be able to pull right out. All right. Let me check our work. Make sure we look good. Yeah. We'll go ahead and get a little bit of some Q-tip here, and we'll get this cleaned up. All right. Come on. Get it. There we go. Oh look, I missed two. How'd I miss those? I wouldn't say we're missing them, Bob. Okay, so he was a cap. I didn't think he was because I felt the wire. So that was a cap. I was right there. Where's the other one at? He's on the edge. Okay. There we go. Get over here. Go ahead and get the other leg on this one. A little bit of Upsy daisy so I can see. There we go. And the last one. Okay, there we go. Now we got them all. Stuff I cleaned before is still clean, alright. Look at those beautiful holes. That's what I said to my wife last night. Wait, hold on, what? I mean, not an end window.
Tiki
Okay.
Party. No Dougly LUL.
There's nastiness around this connector. Like all the Genesis game, all the things like that always seem to have like crap that falls down in there next to the connector slot, and it just looks nasty. Where's my toothbrush? Maybe I can fit my toothbrush in there and clean it a little better. We'll also check the power connector too. While we're here, I'll touch up all the connectors that's on all the connector power solder blah blah words are. You know what I'm saying, right? Okay. I don't know what I'm saying, as long as you know what I'm saying. Give me a moment. I'm going to go upstairs and see if I can find that capacitor.
Cabot Kisser. Too bad the Sega 32X was a short-lived system.
I heard you talking right as I walked away. Let's see. Too bad the 32X was not as short. Oh, I know. Most of the 32X game just utilized the Genesis stuff. Didn't even do a good job. Alright. So, those are the two caps. They're both 16s. This one's way too big. I don't see that fitting in there.
Tiki Party. At least what I notice here is that the repairs are more consistent or straightforward to diagnose. On 3D printers you spend so much time testing things without certainty of what causes the issue.
That's true. Is this thing going to be too big? I think we'll just have to... Yeah, I mean, he can fit in there. Let's see here. I think the metal top, though, we'll have to fit down.
Tiki Party. Because it's a combination of precise mechanic movements that you only see impacted in the result.
This thing's so big. Let's see here. Maybe if we can lay this one down here. That's not going to happen. I don't want to cut up the metal for that. I'm going to use this Let's see. Don't know why 22 is so big. Let's see if we can have another 4700. I'll just use the one that was supposed to go in there. Maybe one of these will work. There may be some video noise. It's not going to be perfect, but that's at least the right cap that's supposed to be in there. I don't have a good way of fitting the 27 in there. Even this one might be too tall. Let's see what's in here. Yeah, we'll just do that. It should be fine. Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, this is just too big. I can't, that one's too tall, the other one's too tall. That's just a mod. Like, that was supposed to do something different for the console, but I think we're just going to leave it factory. Only because I don't see a good way of making that work, and I don't want to cut the metal. Plus, it may still be a little too tall. All right, let me see if I can see numbers on here. There we go. All right, so we're looking at C19. C19 would be 100. Alright, C5 is a 10. Okay, C4 is explosive. And also a 10. C3 is a 10. I have a feeling we have a bunch of 47s. I'm pretty sure these two are 47s. Those are C6 and C7. C6, C7, C8, C9 are all 4700s. Alright. Or not 4700s, 47s. If you're following along at home, don't put a 4700. This is a 4700. Trying to follow me along at home, I would suggest don't follow me along. My ADHD brain goes off track too fast, and you'll be following the wrong train. C8. C20. What do we have at 20? He's a 100. He's our pretty blue 100. Okay, now we got the C16. I think that's all we gotta do. And move him back up now. All right.
Tiki Party. So you're checking the microfarads of each capacitor?
Yes. I make sure I've got the right ones.
Party. Microfarads. Cabot Kisser. I never bought the Sega Genesis when it first came out. I picked up the Model 2 from Kmart's for $99 and it came with Sonic 2.
I think I've got that. Once I get done with this, I'm gonna go check. I have the original one I got so the Genesis was the very first console that I bought for myself, by myself. I worked and put it in layaway at Big Bear, if anyone knows that old chain of stores. Make sure I got all of them in here. But it was $149.99. I got it when it was packaged with Sonic the Hedgehog. And got that paid off, took it home, and it was a good day. So, I mean, my mom was really good about, like, we had a rental store near us that always had the newest consoles. So we may not have been able to buy the console, but she rented every console for us to try games on. So it was amazing. Like we would we rented the Neo Geo, we rented the 3DO, we rented the CDI. We tried all the consoles and played them, and
Tiki Party.
it was a good time.
So cool they let you rent consoles.
Yeah, and then I actually bought out a bunch of the stuff from the guy when he closed the store. So I'll show you the cartridges. He engraved the game store name
Tiki
in the
Party.
cartridges.
I wanted to rent a PS4 now and there was none at all.
I would like to rent a PS. I would like to buy a PS5, but I haven't even got my bill yet for my surgeries. I'm not looking forward to that. That's why I'm doing all this crap, is to try to make some money. Money, money, money.
Tiki Party. So had to buy one second hand but it was super cheap. The owner had a PS5.
That works. What am I hitting? Okay, I'm gonna start from down here. This is the big boy. I'm gonna push him up a little bit.
Cabot Kisser. I wanted the 3DO back then. But the price of the unit what killed it for me.
Oh, same here. I eventually got one when I worked at a game store in the early 2000s. And I bought the 3DO when it came in. But yeah, it was one of those things that it just...
It's awesome that PS4 still has online compatibility. Nintendo could learn a thing or two from them.
They do it because they have so many PS4s that PS4 games they can play on the PS5, and they're pretty much still online because of the PS5. Like, yeah, the Xbox 360. I think all its online servers are gone, but you can still play some of the games. That's the one that I would wish they would just keep servers up for. Like, if you make a game that is just for, online purposes, you gotta leave the servers up or something. Or leave a way like, hey, we're closing the servers down.
Tiki Party.
Here's the source
Yes,
code for anyone else that wants to set them up.
of the PS4 games on PS5, but they can be used on the new console.
Just gonna let these things fly. Don't cut the ones that I haven't soldered on yet. Getting hit with little wires. Like cutting toenails, man. You don't know where they go after you cut it. Just like...
Tiki
snip,
Party.
boom!
Sony often did that. You could play PS1 on PS2 just as well.
Yeah. And then the PS3 was such a different architecture. It makes it hard for that to be backwards compatible to the PS4. Until they just basically redid the games to work on the PS4. And they really don't even make it work. I don't think you can download PS3 games if you get the Prime membership, like the big membership, I think they're streaming to the console, aren't they? I don't have. I never paid for that super ultra mega online crap because I don't play games online, so I didn't want to pay that much money to play retro games on a console that I have. I do that on the Switch because $50 is not too bad. I'm playing what is it? Breath of Fire right now on the Switch. I was gonna play it on my. Actually, we're gonna look at that later. I was gonna play it on this one with my Super Nintendo cartridge, but I want to figure out why this thing sucks balls. Like this, the flaps stop coming up. The thing's too tight. It smells like burning electronics, and I don't like that. So I want to take it apart and see what's burning and smelling in there. Why's it got to be so stinky? Clean up the rest of this board. Alright. I think that's all our caps, isn't it? Double check here. All the caps are in up there. Okay, that's good. All the caps facing the right direction. Yep, didn't screw any of that up. Alright.
Tiki Party.
So we're going to touch up the...
As much as I like the original consoles, the quality of life features offered on more modern ways are worth the experience.
Yeah. I agree. I'm going to touch up all these power... Like the Sega Model 2, the power port on these sometimes we get loose. And unlike that, I don't have a power light. So when I was testing them before, I messed up because I thought it was powered on, and I freaking had the power cord unplugged. So come on, light, get a little brighter for me. There we go. Actually, if you don't mind, I'm going to add more light to this. More lights. There we go. All right. So it looks like somebody already touched up.
I was in a gaming store in Biloxi, MS. A guy brought in a box of stuff and he had a 3DO and a 3DO FZ10 and I bought both units from him for $15 each and I still have both units.
Very cool. The best one I had is that a guy brought in a Turbo Duo, and Ron, which was the owner, was only going to give him like $60 for it. I'm like, what? And he's like, no, I can't do that. He's like, well, I asked him, well, what do you want for it? He said, I want $150. And I'm like, let's go talk by the ATM. So I went to the ATM, got him at $150, handed it to him, and I got a boxed Turbo Duo for $150. And I'm still friends with the guy that sold it to me. He occasionally comes in and watches me. He's still a gamer. I never know if he bought another one back. All right. So we got our connectors cleaned up. Mostly, I'm going to give them one more go on with the eraser. Ew, it's covered in alcohol. Just going to get my Sonic shirt dirty. Here we go. Alright.
Tiki Party. You end up in good relationship with people who sell you used stuff cause it's like they know you'll take care of the stuff they owned and probably still would like to keep.
That's exactly what it was. Is he like, he knew I would keep it, and I'm not buying it just to resell it. Oh, I did, but I also picked up a Pokemon 64 when somebody was like, I bought it for my kid and he didn't like it, and they went to go take it back to GameStop, GameStop, and I was happened to be at the store at the time. And GameStop's like, sorry, we can't do a return for you. And they're like, we'll buy it back for, like, I think $35 or something. And I asked her, like, well, what do you want for it? She's like, $50. I'm like, okay, here's $50. I will buy that from you and give it a good home. And it's still in my home now. I still have the watch and everything in there that came with it. Alright, so it looks like we're good there. Ribbon cables are tight. We will tone them out, make sure that they are all connecting, because I know that sometimes can be an issue, and I don't know how to tell if it's going to be a problem or not. So. Oh, they got goop. Oh, I can't test all of them. They got freaking goop on it. Oh, maybe I can. Okay.
Tiki Party. And generally used stuff is in good condition if the owner is responsible.
It's true. That's going to take too long. These wires look fine. I don't think it's going to be an issue. So, let's put this off to the side now. He's done. Move this out of our way. We'll get rid of all of our capacitors we just took off. Look, I still have alcohol up here. Jesus. Some sort of drunk.
Tiki Party. I have the firm belief that we can't just keep mass producing stuff when there's an overabundance of items many could use.
Yeah.
The clearest example are clothes. Cabot Kisser. I was in a thrift store years ago and I saw a Turbo Duo sitting on the shelf for $2. I damn near broke my neck getting it up front and buying it.
Nice!
What came with it?
That's amazing. How did they mess that one up? There's a guy around Columbus, Ohio, or maybe Cleveland, that recaps them and rejuvenates them. And I actually spent like $250 to have him fix my Turbo Duo, because it's one of those consoles that I would try to do myself, but I didn't feel comfortable trying because it was so expensive, and he does them all day long. So I sent it up there and he recapped it and put an RGB mod in it and all that other fun stuff. Alright, here's our next little project. Let's see if we can get these guys shining again. Wish I had a...
Cabot Kisser. I got dumb luck finding stuff.
Well, that's good luck right there, my friend. I think these are just like, I can't buff them up because it's the nickel is just off of them. We'll keep. At least get the rust off. See here. Make sure this is still on. Let's play with the Dremel. don't think I've got any of the buffing stuff though. Ah, there we go. I do. This is for a CD repair.
Habit Kisser. After I found that Trovo Duo for $2, I had to go home and change my underwear.
Oh yeah, I would say so. When you find a good deal like that and you're like, ah, is it real? Is it real? I know when I got Panzer Dragoon Saga, I like literally had my hand on it the whole drive home to make sure nothing happened to it. Like, oh my gosh. My holy grail of Saturn games that got. Here we go. What's crazy is I've owned 3 copies of Panzer Dragoon Saga in my life. That's to me is ridiculous. When I first started looking for it, I thought I'm never finding this game. Alright. This may work, or it may just make a mess and nothing will happen. Let's find out.
Habit Kisser. I don't know if it works or not.
I would get it recapped. Those things have a bad issue with capacitors. Also, the power pack. Don't lose it because it's a pain in the butt to find another one of those. This is probably too much already. All right, let's see what happens with this. I think I'll keep it on 1. First rub it on. I think that might have been better. Put it on the buffer first. Getting a little bit.
Tiki Party. I'm kinda minimalistic in terms of buying, so when I give things away it's like I'm giving off my one magic specter for another warlock LUL.
I have cold sweats and I think about getting rid of stuff in my collection.
The Kicking Dom Wars. Doug Link. Habit Kisser. I went to Radio Shack to try to find an AC adapter for the Turbo Duo, but they didn't have one.
You know what? Those metals are shining up. I kind of slipped on it right there, but it's okay. Not going to hurt anything. But the metal's shiny now. I mean, that's something, right? See if we can make it look a little better on this side too.
The Kicking Dom Wars. Would have came earlier but going to see Zach at the group house.
Oh, you're good. Alright. I think that's about as good as I'm going to get these. Gonna get some 409. We'll get all this junk off of it.
The Kingdom Wars. What is that?
This is the bottom cartridge slot portion of the 32X. Alright. I think we'll just give this guy, we're just gonna clean everything with 409 and make it look nice. And then we'll put it back together. This 32 is like, oh my gosh, I've never been a touch like this. This is amazing. Oh. Do it more. Come on, come on, come on now, touch me, babe. Can't you see that I'm not afraid? What was that promise that you made? What was... I don't know, that's not right. That you made.
Tiki Party. It's like one of those dogs or wild animals who were never pet before and they enter nirvana. Cabot Kisser.
Right.
I went to the flea market and I picked a PS4 for $30. But the guy I bought from didn't test it.
Of course
so
not.
I took a gamble on it and I won.
I like it when they do that stuff. Shoot, I go to there and say, hey, what do you have broken that you don't want anymore? I've gotten so much stuff from places. Like, this stuff is all broken. I bought 42 Sega Genesis consoles for $40 from a store that just had them, like, they didn't know what was wrong with them, so there was just piles of broken Genesis. Most of them just had dirty cartridge slots. I'm like, yeah, that's good. Let's do this. Alright. He looks good inside, doesn't it? Alright. I don't think I need to clean much inside. Let's go on the top here. And 409 him. He's got some few places that has some dirt on it. Alright, let's try this.
The Kingdom Wars. Dude needs speed cola.
Didn't like me pushing on it. Like nothing broke, just made more noises here. Trying to make it shine up a little bit. I got some of the scratches out. It's a little shinier, so we got some scratches over here. Gonna put some more of this on here. See if we can get some of these scratches off of here. Be careful not to go over top of the 32X logo. I want to take that off. He's just... There we go. Man, that's looking a little better there. What do you guys think? Looks a little shinier. Just wanted to make it look nice. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's good now. I think we're good there. Alright, let's check the cartridge slot. Got a little bit of a rust thing going on with this side here.
Tiki Party. It looks 32 times better now.
At least. So, I really don't think a 32X with this much care done to it would sell for what the prices of 32Xs are selling for. But how do you express, like, when you take care of something, that you want it to go to a good home?
Cabot Kisser. The only problem I have with it, it's starting to do 3 beeps when it's turned off. When I turn it on, it's acting like it's trying to eject a CD out, and the damn thing won't stop until I restart it.
You probably need a new belt inside the drive. Take it apart and put a new belt in, and maybe clean up some of the gears. Okay.
The Kicking Dom Wars. Your hands are cold, your movements lifeless. You want more speed, you're feeling restless. Come take a sip, yes. You'll feel much faster. That's because Speed Cola is the answer. Hey hey. Put your lips against the only one who moves you. Speed Cola speeds up your life.
I don't know that reference of Speed Cola. Pretty funny though.
Tiki Party.
Alright.
I worked making and selling action figures, and when it was moment to ship them, I felt like Bilbo holding the ring. After all, why shouldn't I keep it?
My precious! What do you want to do with my precious? Alright. Now this one could use some lovin's of the clean style. Again, inside looks good. I'm not going to worry about that. Scrub. I'll just get the dirt over here. So when I was working on those Genesis consoles, I had like all of them part at the same time. And I just ran a load of in the dishwasher with nothing but Sega Genesis consoles in it. It was amazing. I have a picture of it somewhere. But they all came out looking nice and clean and pretty. I'm like, oh, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. Okay. That is looking nice. And I got stuff all over my other one again. I think it did it on purpose. Like, hey, I want to be cleaned again. Alright, now we got all that dirt out that was in those crevices. Alright, cool beans. Let's put it back together. we need to wipe off any dust off these guys. Just a little bit.
Cabot Kisser. And when I am playing a game and it starts beeping and CD tray started acting up again. It's coming to a point, let the damn disk drive burn out.
I mean, it doesn't take too much to replace one of those, and it costs you $30. You might as well just get it all taken care of. Alright, so we put this guy in here. This goes underneath right here. That's kind of hold the cartridge stuff in a little better. Then we got to get this on first. Should be like this. No, that's backwards. That's backwards. Because the football sits up front more, doesn't it? Alright. I feel like I should do a region mod on it. I would assume there's a region mod available. It's like... Come on, get in there. Why is this not wanting to go in there? Let me go grab another 32X. Why am I having trouble with this thing? There it is. Alright, so we have the front curve on... I guess that would be... This would sit in here like this. Front curve, okay. So this is the right side. This goes on the back. That. This goes on the front. That. That looks good. All right. Get our little screws in. Well, so much for trying to put it in nice and pretty with the tweezers. This one has a stronger magnet. Okay, you win. Alright. That is good. Now I guess put this guy in like this. Turn it upside down so I don't drop out that piece underneath. And we'll just kind of maneuver him in place. There it goes. Alright. Now we'll get...
Cabot Kisser. The only thing I hate about cleaning systems is it's easy to pull them apart, but sometimes it can be a real bitch putting them back together.
Oh, I know. And you're like, how? This came apart easily. Why is this such a pain in the butt now? You don't. Sometimes it doesn't make sense of why it's so difficult. Get our long ones in here. Go backwards, feel a click, then you can go forward. Don't want to strip out these plastics. They're very, very, very fragile. So I almost...
The Kicking Dom Wars.
I'm saying it to you guys.
This person's text isn't popping up in my chat.
But I'm saying it... No, that's because he's on YouTube. So I've got YouTube and Twitch at the same time. And I can't figure out how to merge
Tiki
their
party.
chats together.
I'm this person, smiley face. Tiki party.
There we
Hello,
go.
that person.
Alright, so that's those, and I need to put... These guys have the other screws to hold the bottom in.
The Kicking Dom Wars. I was guessing.
There we go. I don't think we had any screws on the main board besides those. Okay, so now we'll get our metal. Oh, totally metal, dude. Oh, that's so metal. Okay,
Cabot Kisser.
put him on there.
Oh, you will never hear someone who can use the F word as much as me when I'm working on a system or a computer.
Oh, I know. I was working on a power supply at work, and it used that, like, I don't know if you've seen it, but sometimes they'll have like this. Let me see if I can find a picture. They have like this goop that hardens on them, so they don't move once they're on. And I was taking off a capacitor, and it ripped off the an inductor next to it.
Tiki party. Swearing is part
Yeah,
of the
here we
enchantment
go.
casting when fixing stuff.
So, see this goop here? It holds all that stuff down, so I got to cut around it before I take these caps off to recap this board. And what will happen is that if I forget and I go to take the cap off, it rips that inductor in half. Then I got to find a new inductor. These are the caps that go bad on this board most of the time. But it's got the goop there, and usually the stuff that's soldered in is okay. But yeah, that's one of the boards I'll work on at work. Recapping and taking lots of photos so I know how to put it back together. So that's what it looks like inside the drive. Alright. Let me know if I go out of frame because my tablet, since I was using it for the 32X cap thing, I don't have the screen up. Maybe. There we go, that's good.
The Kicking Dom Wars. Is a surge protector really that important to put the effort to save?
A surge protector is worth just to protect your electronics. I personally, I have mine on, if you leave it on all the time, but like all of my consoles and stuff like that, I have them on switches, so I cut the power completely on them. If I'm not playing them, they don't have power going to them.
The Kicking Dom Wars. Compared to buying a new one.
I would say it's good to have them. If you on electronics that you spend a lot of money on, and you don't want to have to worry about fixing, I would get another one. I actually want to get a surge protector for my entire house. You can do that too. You can get basically, it's about $350, and then you can basically set up the entire house on a surge protection line, so it will trip faster than the
Cabot Kisser. When I'm at the flea market, if I'm not too busy buying video games, I'll see if anybody got any Transformer toys.
I never got into the Transformers. I mean, I like the movies and I watch the cartoons, but I never got into the toys. It also might have been because I was poor at the time when Transformers was out, so we got Mask toys instead of Transformers. They're kind of like Transformers, but they're more like, look at this car that changes into a boat, and this motorcycle changed into a helicopter.
Tiki Party. Transformers were pretty costly.
Yeah.
I had like 2.
Alright, I think that's all of the screws internally. Oh my gosh, he's not going to be topless anymore. Put it on! Put it all on! Wait. This looks nice. Ironically enough, it looks better underneath than it does on top. The top's a little scratched up. What? Alright. He is back together. Together again. Again. I almost want to get a little piece of some paint and fix that 3. But for the most part, I don't see any dirt in there anymore. The crevices are clean. Yeah. Back connectors look good. Alright, let's test it. Back to the repair desk. Alright. I'm going to switch stuff around over here. Well, actually, you know what? This is still set up. We're good there. Everything's plugged in. Alright. We'll take apart the power block for this guy next.
Tiki Party. Damn, this guy has the coolest t-shirts. Restream.io.
Thank you.
Congratulations. You've received 100 messages today with Restream Chat.
Thank you, Restream Chat. I love it when everyone talks and I get that message. Alright, so we got video in. Alright. Video out. Get in there.
Tiki Party. And we're not even a spammy chat using emotes.
I know! It's even better. Alright, we're gonna we'll do the EverDrive first because we know that cartridge is clean and works. We got to turn on here. This, turn that on. So I didn't know if I showed you my switch boxes, but here's my setup. So all of these go to different consoles. So number 1,
Cabot Kisser.
that's my Genesis.
When I had my 32X, I played a lot of Doom on it.
So 1 gets me my television up here, and then that's Genesis. Then this is my TV up there. That's my capture card, and that's my audio. So I just hit that, and now my Genesis is set up. So yeah, that's how you got to do that. And then when I play, it should just come right on to stream. That wasn't good. Hold on. Let me look at the pin connectors. I think I bit the pins. No, it's good.
Cabot Kisser. That big TV got is a hernia maker.
That's not even my biggest one. But yeah, I needed help with that. It's on a movable cart though. So that makes it easier. What's going on here? I think I just recapped it and something else was wrong. Or I messed something up. Yeah, it's doing like a weird audio hum and then nothing.
Cabot Kisser. I had a TV that big one time, they're heavy as hell.
Went through and recapped this whole goddamn thing and it doesn't work. It looked nice. Alright, we're going to throw this 32X in and see if this is working. There we go. Right away. Well, did I mess something up? Or did this one already have an issue and I recapped the bad one instead of the one I planned on recap? Ugh. Well, crap. Oh yeah, we can play it on that TV too. That's number 3. Play it on all these TVs. Yeah, there we go. Now you can see it in 2 places. Alright, I can turn off this one. And we'll take a look at who do we want to play?
Cabot Kisser. I had an RCA TV one time. It didn't not even 6 months before the screen started to collapse onto itself.
Really? Well, that didn't want to turn on either. Alright. Oh, that was the EverDrive patch. Let's not do the EverDrive patch. I don't think we need that anymore. Yeah, I was going to say, I think it works fine without the patch now. That was for the EverDrive, the original EverDrive. Huh? Maybe it doesn't. Come on! Forgot how many intros NBA Jam has. Tag mode on.
Welcome to NBA.
Oh, what was some of the codes for NBA Jam? They had some good ones. NBA Jam TE codes. Tournament edition. Where's our people that we can be like different people? My God, there's so many different codes. Alright, here we go. Prince Charles. Then we can be Will Smith. And I can smack somebody in the face. W. See at the entry name. We do. So it is glitching some, isn't it? Hold start and press B. Yeah. Press Y, okay? Wait, that's not... Now move the cursor over the letter T, or letter I. And hold start and B.
Wars. Nice music.
Height L. Hold start and press A. That didn't do it. Why did the W not come out? I think it's C. W. I don't think it did it. No. Oh man, this was my first game I played on the Saturn. Let's see if it glitches. I might have to.
From the outside. Yeah.
Cheaterhead.
Blaze it up.
Alright, well. This one works. Now I have to get some yay! I'm on fire.
The Dom Wars. Squid Games in America.
What's that? Oh yeah.
Head fake.
Intercepted. Phil cheated. Get him, get him. Ah, come on. I was on the floor all the way. Alright.
From the outside. Yeah. Fantastic. Intercepted. Switch.
They are good at 3 points.
Tiki Party. The SNES version of this one adds a lot.
Yeah. Actually, the SNES took a lot out. The Super Nintendo one didn't have the voices much. Well, poop. I wonder what's wrong with this guy. I wonder if it is the ribbon cables. Well, let's go back to the bench and look at it. Something with the video. It was just a weird video thing is just locking up. Alright, let's see. I don't know if we made this one all pretty. I want it to work. Where'd that screw go? Just fell in my drawer. There it is. Okay. I don't even know where to start looking.
Did you know there's a Squid Game Call of Duty crossover?
Did you see how much it was to cost to do the Call of Duty, the Ninja Turtle crossover? It's $20 per turtle, and if you want Splinter, it's another $10. So that's $90 to play as the four. If you want to have access to the 4 turtles, that's ridiculous.
The Kingdom Wars. I am not surprised. The Kingdom Wars. It's Activision.
We cleaned all the connectors, so we know that's not the issue. Huh, this is a different model than my other one. My other one has an A after it. Yeah, this is my box one. Serial number, but it has a 84000A, and this one is just
Wars.
8.
The gun that turns people into pizza is pretty sick.
Got all these 32X's. I didn't do this one. This one I was just testing because it looked crappy. And I'm like, oh, well, I don't want to do that. It may have problems. And then the one that looked good had problems. Huh.
Tiki Party. Most guns make people holy as cheese though, lol.
That's funny. What if it's a connector? I don't know. Let me go. I'm gonna go mess with things. Plug it in again. We'll leave the top off.
Kingdom Wars. I love tracers and death effects. Makes purchases worth it.
I don't have enough time to play online stuff as much, so to me, it's really not. But I mean, if you play it a lot, then I guess it is worth it. I'll buy a Call of Duty when it's cheap, just to play the one player. But I don't like playing online. I ain't got no time for that.
The Kingdom Wars. The fact you listen is enough.
Alright. I'm wondering if I just have a cable plugged in all the way. Plugs in, power's on, top's off. Oh, let me get this metal clips out of here. still doing that weird thing with this. What happens if I put a Genesis game in? Does it bypass it and play it?
The Kingdom Wars. So how do you get Splinter?
I don't know if he's just if you get Splinter or if it's a. We got sound but no video. We'll just listen to Ghostbusters. Interesting. Let me see if I still have that original cap that I changed out. I might put that little cap back on it.
The Kingdom Wars. Better music than the original. Tiki Party. You didn't give me enough time to Dino dance. I'm unsubscribing.
Oh no!
The Kingdom Wars. Original was so cheesy.
What was the original cap on that thing? It says it's a. Change the 30 to 100 to fix. What's the original then? Let me see here. I'm gonna turn off my soldering stuff real fast. Just it didn't take too long for it to come back up. Alright, let me look at the tablet here.
Dank Mehmet read 64 bits. I am back.
Yeah, so the 32X I just got done recapping is not giving me video. Trying to find out why. Yes,
Dank Mehmet read 64 bits.
Main board.
Well, that's a hell of a thing to come back to.
Yeah,
Oops.
I got other 32Xs. I just don't have the caps ready for them. So DCN, we go there. I have to get caps ready for it. I don't want to have to take it all back again. Let me. Oh look, the service manual. Oh yeah. Let's see, service manual time. Do you just have the... No, it's just the front page? Wait, no. Give me the whole thing. I need the whole PDF. Common problems. Okay, some may need the voltage regulator and may need to replace the big filter cap. You didn't have the coil wind, which that's nice. Sorry guys, I'm just looking at the... I know it's boring, I'm just trying to look at all the schematics here and see if I can find out what happened. So we're following the video in. I don't know. Wish they had. That's just a bulletin. I need the whole service manual, but they don't have it. Chip in audio amp. The audio's working. We know that's good. Should IC12. Let's go check IC12. That's our video encoder chip.
Dank Mehmet read 64 bits. You tested multiple chords?
Other 32Xs is working fine with the chord setup I have. So I know it's not the chord. But I might just have to... I'll just get you another 32X together here. Because this one's working fine. I think... I was hoping that the only problem was the...
Dank Mehmet read 64 bits.
I thought it was just caps.
Well, now I feel bad.
Don't feel bad. I'll get a 32. That one's nice and clean and once I figure out how to fix it. And I will figure out. It might just be a chip has moved off a little bit. I don't know. I'm going to have to look into it. Well, troubleshooting takes a long time. So I'm thinking, well, you're not in a rush to get to 32X, are you? I want to make sure it's good. Okay. This is just another one I'm testing. This one should be fine. Should be. I'm wondering. Why does everything hate me this day?
Cabot Kisser. I wish there a way to upgrade the memory and CPU in some of these systems. Dank Mehmet read 64 bits. Rush is not correct. I got the time, so long as I can fuel my other hobbies and projects in the meantime.
Alright. Just don't want you to make you feel like
Tiki
that.
Party.
What I'll do is I'm going to
think
get another
as a client,
32X
one should
ready
be
for
much
you.
more patient when you actually see they are working on it, rather than leaving it in repairs and they have it on a shelf for weeks.
That's true. I'm going to use this Genesis. I like the way it looks better. And it's my go-to Genesis. It should be fine. Oh, I forgot to plug the wires back in. Okay.
Dank Mehmet read 64 bits. At Tiki Party is right. This helps more than you will ever know.
What is this? I've got too many cables back here with the same tips. I gotta make sure that I'm using the right one. I think. Let me see here. Is this the Genesis cable that we're having trouble with, or is this the one that's plugged in? That is the one that's plugged in. Alright. So that means that one's plugged in. Where is this one coming from? This one over here. This is the one that gave us the funky problems. I got a new capacitor for this one to fix it. And this is the one that's plugged in. Alright. Gonna unplug this first. Plug the regular Genesis in. And make sure that the video is good coming out of this first. I'm just going to use Ghostbusters because he's right here. Sega! Alright. That works. Oh, I wanted to test this game. I've not done that yet. Let me go get my adapter.
Tiki Party. Dino dance, Dino dance, Dino dance. Dank Mamedom Red 64 bits. Did I send that game? It looked familiar, but I only saw it for a second.
Yeah. Yeah, you did send that to me. So, I made a box cover for my Game Genie since it didn't have a box. Haha, and it's the gold box.
Dank Mamedom Red 64 bits. I know it works. If it works with the Game Genie though, I cannot say.
Well, the Game Genie I'm just using to convert it over. So I can
The Kicking Dom
fit
Wars.
it in the game
The Genesis had boxes back then?
They have cardboard boxes for that. No, volume down. Why does it keep changing my TV channel? Come on. There we go. Forgot where the volume is. Okay. I don't think I've actually played this before. But yeah, this is one you gave me. And I want to thank you for it. So A, B, C. Those do things. We got background that does things. Alright. Alright, this one you pick people. Alright. We will be...
Dank Mamedom Red 64 bits. It's a super hard game, and it will kick faces off the heads of tougher men.
Really?
I know it did that to me.
Well, let's enjoy this story. I bet I could use Google Translate and read it real fast. That would be fun. It's probably someone died, I need 7 Dragon Balls to bring it back to life. And somebody dies getting those 7 Dragon Balls. So when the other guy comes back to life, they need to get 7 Dragon Balls to bring him back. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all the Dragon Ball is. I mean, this is basically Final Belt, isn't it? Do they have any moves? Oh my gosh. Right in the face. Well, okay. The Genesis works.
Dank Mamedom Red 64 bits. I never said it was a good game. It's just a collector's piece due to the previous and future ones being on Super Famicom.
That's
Super
true.
Party. I like Super Butoden 2 and 3 on the SNES. 2 even has the story mode of Cell Saga.
I've played. The only time I played any Dragon Ball game was on the PlayStation. All right, so we now know that's good. We get this 32X working, hooked back up then. So we have video. Make sure the connectors are in all the way. Come on, get on there. Alright. 32X is all ready. And crickets.
The Kicking Dom Wars. Should have seen Virus.
I hate everything about these. So this is the one that's working. So this is the one out of my box. I don't want to get rid of my one that's like serial matching box stuff because I'm a nerd. He also is the dirtiest looking one.
The Kicking Dom Wars. Destroying planets is an average job for him. Dank Mehmet
There we
Omred
go.
64 bits. Should we just give up on the 32X?
Oh, I will
mean,
never give up on the
This might
32X.
stress you out, and I don't want that.
No. Playing this game stresses me out more than figuring out the problems. I'd rather try to figure out and fix these things and
I swear 1/4
Let
of
him die.
SNES games are called Super LUL.
alright, so we have to play the best game on the 32X. Web of Fire. Stuff is bad.
Dank Mehmet Omred 64 bits. Isn't this game so rare that it commands upwards of $500? Why would a crap game command such a price?
That's if
Only
it's cartridge
200
only.
in existence.
It was the last game, I think, for the 32X. Hold on. Now, in this condition, I've got the box is like mint, and it's got the manual and everything. That one, you'll be spending a lot more for. Let me see. Get my game eye up here. Fine. Clear. Hold on, I gotta clear all this other stuff.
Dank Mehmet Omred 64 bits.
It's not cheap.
What the hell? Why would you do that? Games are supposed to be fun, not expensive.
Yeah,
Surprised face.
this one's not fun, but it is expensive. Clear all filters.
Tiki Party. Games are a commodity now.
It's sad, but it is. My game eye is updating, so it's going to take a second for some reason. It's got to get the new
Dom Wars.
app.
Preservation is a pain in the ass.
It really is. I agree with you on that. Come on. My game eye is not working. I can't. It's not showing anything. Let me close it.
The Dom Wars. Especially with Nintendo.
Nintendo's even worse. Like,
Tiki Party. Klono games are hella expensive.
force stop. There we go. Force stop. And we'll start it back up. There we go. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, so in CIB like that, I don't know if you can see this. But that's $1,500 for the box and instructions. I mean, I've got it in a plastic container just to keep it safe, but I also got it so it's not like sealed. So I can still get to the game if I want to. So yeah, I can get in there and we can play the actual cartridge of Web of Fire. This is one also I was excited for.
Jeez. Second verse, same as the first. What?
I don't know. I paid $75 for it back in 2004, and I felt I spent too much money on it. Another 32X game that's stupid expensive is the baseball game. What is that?
Dank Mehmet Omred 64 bits. Someone did not know what they had.
Oh no, he knew what he has. It was the same guy that sold me the Turbo Duo. He needed money at the time, so he knew I would take care of it. Yeah. Here's my Turbo Duo. And next to
Dank Mehmet Red 64 bits.
the Analog's Turbo Duo. They're like so close. But yeah. This is another thing that's stupid expensive. I think this is about the same price as the game.
We are Robin Hood with data.
Alright, yeah. So, your choice. These things cost about the same. Which one would you buy for $1,500? Neither. That's the answer.
Dank Mehmet Red 64 bits. Neither.
That's correct.
Tiki Party. I'd buy your t-shirt.
There you go. And that's like 15 bucks. Alright, let's see here. Yep, that's why I tell people get EverDrives. Don't get games. If you're not in the collection already, don't bother buying the games. It's not worth the cost. What was that? Let me look at a baseball game too. That was one I think my wife got for me for my Christmas one time. I think it's RBI baseball. No, that's not it. Yeah, that one's pretty expensive too. It's the World Series baseball. World Series baseball starring Deion Sanders.
If I had $1,500, I'd buy your Coleco Gemini and a CRT TV.
See, look at that.
Red
it's a baseball game on the 32X.
There is no way an RBI baseball game is expensive.
No, it's a World Series baseball.
Smart opinion, and first time I hear it from an actual collector.
Yeah. As a collector, I don't suggest collecting. Here's a couple other games that's not worth buying. Speaking of expensive collections. Buster Douglas Boxing for the Master System.
64 bits. The most I ever spent on one game was $90 and I regretted it for years. Thankfully, the price went up, and I was able to get it back and then some.
What game was that? Yeah, Keo's got his little foam in it. It's nice and pretty. And that is a stupid expensive game, too.
Mehmet Red 64 bits. Dokapon Kingdom for Wii.
Oh, yeah. That one was good. I wanted to buy that. I missed getting that one, though. I think I have to see what my expensive one on the Wii is. But this one's actually fun. This one's a piece of crap. And this piece of crap is $750. This good game is $2,500. What? Who is spending this money and making this go up? I also have Crusaders of Century on the Genesis. That one's super expensive. Yeah, some of the games
Dank
like
Mamedom Red
ridiculous.
64 bits. Doug, someone lied to you. Buster Douglas is among the most common games.
Then why is people spending $700 to $800 for it? Not on the Master System, my friend. That's Master System. Genesis is super common.
Dank Mamedom Red 64 bits. Because it has a different box art.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Mamedom Red 64 bits. Wait, it's a different system?
that's for the Sega Master System. Yeah, so it's a Master System game. And it looks like crap!
Dank Mamedom Red 64 bits. Whoa. Bizarre. Making Dom Wars. Sell that and you should be solid with your problems.
Oh no. That's where I have a problem. I can't sell it. Okay. Here's my Master System. I put an FM mod in it so it can sound pretty. But yeah, I want to show you something really funny about that game. Let me move the Genesis. I'll be working on the 32X again in a moment. I just need to clear my head and think about it. I guess I can push you back further. Alright. There. Okay.
Tiki Party. Hot damn, so many consoles that lasted less than Henry Harrison's mandate.
Okay, that's going down there. That's going down there. There it is. Did I drop the power cord? I did. It's on the floor. I love the Master System sound startup. It is the best. Here, Master System controller. Where are you? Guess I can use the Genesis. I thought I had it in here though. Huh. Oh. There he is. He fell out of the box. He was next to it. Oh, I'll be right back. I want to grab something else for the Master System. Alright, so here is George Foreman KO boxing for the Master System. And let's see here. I can spell his name. This is the European game. Why is it not coming up? Oh, I can't spell. So this one
Dank Mamedom Red 64 bits.
is a $20 game.
Sega Master System fans just love boxing or something.
I don't know, but I want to show you what's really funny about these two games. This is a European game, $20. US game, $750. Let's play them both. Let's do the expensive game first. That boot up sounds just the best. Yeah, I'll be Buster. Round one. We'll just do just a couple seconds of this. Here it is. Worth every penny. You have a left punch and a right punch, and then hold them together, and you get
Tiki
power.
Party. Is there any good boxing game besides Punch-Out?
No.
I played Chavez's on the SNES and it was awful.
Yeah, it really is. Alright, so that's Buster Douglas. Super expensive game, just the best game to own. Now let's try George Foreman. That music sounds really familiar.
Dank Mehmet
Hey,
on
let's do
64
slow.
bits. My father won $1,500 on the Douglas vs Tyson fight back in the late 80s.
Really?
Everyone said he was insane for betting on Douglas, but he
Oh,
walked
man.
out with all that cash.
This looks really
Tiki
familiar.
Party. Wrestle games like WWF Raw made me laugh so hard though, very funny.
Yes. As you can tell, they're the same exact game.
Dank Mehmet Omred 64 bits.
Same game.
Buster is a reskin of this.
Other way around. Buster came out first, and then they cleaned it, and then Flyer Edge cleaned it up for this. Yep. And then there's a third game in Japan that's the same game that they didn't bother changing anything on. Now I'm going to grab the
Dank Mehmet
EverDrive.
Omred 64 bits. Sega, you sneaky snakes. How dare you cheat your fans? The Kingdom Wars. Wrestling is fake, it still hurts.
Alright, I can put the EverDrive in here for a moment. I'm going to show you something cool on this. So, have you guys heard what the
Tiki Party. My honest reaction.
didn't mean to play that. Okay, let's see.
It's awful.
It's all fucking awful!
That is true. So, let's see here. Miscellaneous? No. Where is it? I think it's under hacks. Did I not put it on here? Hold on. Recently played. Okay, we're here. Where is it? U.S. European. Oh, this. Okay, I know what I did. Okay, okay, I put the wrong memory card in here. This memory card is for my Game Gear. That's why I decided to go to Master System. All right. So FM sound support. So have you heard the difference on the FM sound on some of these games? It's amazing. So here's Double Dragon. I think this will be the normal sound. I'll switch it over. Alright. So this is your FM sound.
Dank Mamedom read 64 bits.
My Switch isn't changing it.
So FM sound means no sound?
Can you not hear the sound?
Nothing.
Are you not hearing the sound? Oh no, hold on. Did the sound go up? Let me try something. I have to go and we will deactivate it.
Wars.
Activate it.
Can you show me your Coleco Gemini sometimes?
Alright, so try this again. So I think I have, where is it? Fantasy Star. I think that's a regular. My Switch is not working. Can you hear sound now? Sorry.
Dank Mamedom read 64 bits. No sound at all, but I've heard this one before on my Genesis.
Oh, have you? Okay. Can you hear that awful sound? It's showing the sound working on I turned it up.
Tiki Party. Yee. Dank Mamedom read 64
Alright.
bits. There we go.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna see if I can find that other, the Japanese one of the boxing games. Oh, hold on. Again, gotta go in here. Where are you? Oh, if you guys have not played Fantasy Star, like the original, buy it on the on the Switch. It's so nice. I actually played through it again on there. So, So that's the regular. Let me reset it here. And then this is the FM sound. So it's got just a little bit nicer sound to it. Man.
Dank Mamedom read 64 bits. Play La Chic.
Yeah. So good.
Dank Mamedom read 64 bits. Love it. The Kingdom Wars. That is a weird battle uniform.
It is. I guess I haven't played it on this save yet. I think I was playing on the Genesis. But yeah, if you got a Genesis EverDrive Pro, it will do the FM sound too. It's emulated. You can notice a little difference if you listen really closely, but not much. Oh no! Die! Alright. But yeah, I just figured I'd get out the Master System and be distracted again. And now, what time do we have? We are at noon. I could
The Kingdom Wars.
We could take apart this
Didn't Nero
32X.
nearly burn Rome to the ground?
We can work on the 32X some more, or we can, put a controller together. Let's do the. I want to get the 32X working, and I don't know what's wrong with it. Let me do this. I'm gonna check the video processor. I think it was. I need to look and see what it was again. I'm gonna put these in the cup up here, so I know where they're at, and I'll forget, and then I'll be like, "Where did I put all these screws?" I might have to ask some nerds that's dealt with these things more than I have.
The Kingdom Wars. Nero was reincarnated as a character of a Sega Master System game.
Oh, I see something I forgot. I don't think this would cause it, but it might. I forgot the grounding pad on the cartridge slot. I don't think this would cause the issue where it wouldn't start up, but take a look. Also, it might be because I didn't change that other cap to 20, the larger value. We can try putting that in. Just humongo. And then just not put this top metal on.
Dank Mehmet Red 64 bits. So Double Dragon on SMS has FM sound?
It does. Yep. It sounds really good too. The best one I think is Outrun. The Outrun FM sound is amazing too.
Dank Mehmet Red 64 bits. I know what I'm adding to my SD card right now then.
I'm pretty sure that the Master System Double Dragon is probably the best of the 8-bit Double Dragons. Alright. 2 more and we're done. Taking out the screws again.
Dank Mehmet Red 64 bits. It better be, because I'm having a crap day now.
Don't have a crap day because of me. I'm going to get you a 32X. One way or another. We're going to get it working. Alright. Put that stuff over there.
Dank Mehmet Red 64 bits. Hold on. It's not you at all. It's my other business.
Oh, okay. I was hoping that I wasn't... I don't want to be the one ruining your day. I'm trying to make it better. Alright, so...
Dank Mehmet Red 64 bits. I promise, you are making it better. I just want this eBay crap to sell.
Oh, I gotcha. And the Turbo Duo, if you're going to sell your PC engine, let me know, because I would love to get a PC engine. I don't have one. The Turbo Express, or the Turbo EverDrive, I've got the regular EverDrive and I got CD units, so I'm debating on if I want it just for the CD stuff or not. but I know it works fine in both.
Dank Mamedom Red 64 bits. It's all for sale. Just make me an offer.
Alright. Give me a second. I'm just making sure all my pins are good on all these. So our video is not coming through. But our audio is. IC7 is what we're looking for.
The Caking Dom Wars.
So this is the main
You
board.
make me happy, Doug Lee. I honestly felt empty lately.
Oh. Well, thank you, and I'm sorry that you felt empty.
Dank Mamedom Red 64 bits. Did your webcam freeze?
No, I'm a moron and forgot to put it on the repair bench. There. Sorry.
Tiki Party. It's not that it froze. He didn't switch it to the other one, LUL.
Yeah, my bad. I apologize. My brain was just already on this and working on this. I'm trying to think about what's going on. So I may just try to plug it in like this. But I'm going to try changing this cap out first. So I'm going to put in the big boy and we'll see how it sits on there. Wrong one. Under the tape. I need to be like smart enough to remember to put my glasses on. Too old, I can't see this stuff anymore. I know it's down there, somewhere down here. Yeah.
The Caking Dom Wars. By look alone, would you rather have a NES or a Famicom?
NES. I like the way the NES looks, but I hate the way it works. The Famicom is not bad, but I hate the attached controllers. They're so tiny. They're so annoying because they're so tiny. Alright, so there's the C17 that we're taking off. I put a 47 on there. I'm going to try putting the bigger cap on there. The 20. Okay, we'll try this one. Because this is that's for the mod to make the video better. So, and then our chip, what is that IC that we're getting right there? Is that our video chip? Yeah, it's our video chip there. None of the chips look like
Tiki
they're
Party.
any
That's
pins
why
off.
Bommy clones are superior. You can play holding a PS5 shaped controller, LUL.
Alright.
The Caking Dom Wars. I didn't know about conjoined controllers.
I don't know if all these actually go through all the way, but I can at least check some of them. That one goes.
The Caking Dom Wars. Where do I buy a PS5 style NES controller?
Sounds like an eBay thing. Or an AliExpress thing. So,
Tiki Party.
our ground's going through.
My Bommy clone is shaped like a PS3 but has joysticks that look like Sega's and plays Famicom. Talk about Frankenstein.
Alright, let me look up the pins. Where's my tablet at?
The Kicking Dom Wars. That's cool.
I can't be the only one that's had this problem. We'll leave that wiki up. 32X. Sound only Genesis games. This is such a weird thing. Sega, I know what that has its own ROM game, blah blah blah. Alright, got a 32X off eBay. I only get audio from cartridges, no video display. When I collect the 32X, I get no audio, no video. That sounds basic. He recapped it. He did the fix I'm doing, nothing. He replaced the coil and the voltage regulator, nothing. Let's see what somebody says. Okay, hold on. Let's see. This point, he's got the service manual for 32X and started to check the various ICs with the multimeter to see if 5 volts are getting to them. CN. Alright, so he was saying that by CN5 there was a bridge that was causing a problem. Yeah, like, oh, I see what he's talking about. So, 2 pins, the tracers follow responsible for getting 5 volts. So which ones are a 5 volt? Here we go. So, right here we have these 2 pins that's bridged. And they're both 5 volt pins. Or it's supposed to be a 5 volt. Why is it not loading? There we go. That's what we're looking at. To that resistor. The wires on the other side, yeah. Let me try to move this up a little bit. So that's on the right place. C4, it's on this capacitor thing, that leg. That looks right. We got the same bridge cables. Oh, okay. Here, let's see. Go back to the photo here. So he fixed it by doing that? So he fixed it by putting a blob to this pin, but then that would be bridging those three. See, that one's going there. 1, 2, 3. Bridge those two. I don't know if you can see the. Yeah, you can see what I'm looking at too. All right. So those are the same here. Mine's different. I don't have this. Why do we have this blob here? Let's see. Came up with approximate the resistors. Okay, so basically, this is a 5-volt rail here, and it's supposed to be getting the 5 volts here to go down. And so basically, this is supposed to be here. Let's see, we have a via break because that should be on the back side. So that's going up here. There. Got the meter right here. Sorry guys, I'm gonna figure this out. It's just crazy that we just have the same exact issue. So that's amazing, and I love that when that happens. He's already did all the dirty work. So let's see if we have 5 volts here. No. Should be coming in on.
Dank Mehmet Red 64 bits. Oh my science Dougly, I am going to puke. Worst Double Dragon I have ever played ever. The arcade game on Genesis is better ever.
So this is going to where? 5 volt, we're gonna here. This. Alright, let me switch pages here, and we're at a new page. Sega Genesis cartridge pinout. Alright, so this is VCC, so that is 5 volts ground. This is supposed to be 5 volts, and that's supposed to be 5 volts
Tiki
here.
Party. I honestly haven't played any Double Dragon game that is at similar quality of other beat 'em up. I don't know what's so
And this one
popular
should be
about
good.
it other than it being a pioneering title.
So those are our 5 volts coming into the cartridge slot. Is that A2 up here, and VCC. But so that's where our 5 volts should be getting it. Here's our 5 volt regulator, voltage regulator out. Our voltage regulator should be. So our power comes in here. So where's our 5 volt line? Here. There's our regulator. There's our 5 volts coming in. It isn't getting to it. Why is it not going to it? So we should have this connector here, and this 5 volts down to yeah. Alright, so that's going fine. Alright, so those go through. But I'm not getting my 5 volts from here to the cartridge. Not getting voltage there or there. I think whatever his problem was is the same problem I'm having. So let's go ahead and we'll put on this big guy here because he is what's supposed to be on for this mod. And I threw away the old cap, so I don't have the other surface mount cap. Alright. This is supposed to help with like horizontal line issues. Alright. I'm going to do this first. We'll plug it in, see if we get anything different. If not, we will come back over here and we'll jump those 5 volts lines. Why don't we just do it now? What am I waiting for? Second coming of Christ? Ah, we're good. We got this now. Alright, so we'll go from here. Get this via out a little bit. Come on. Oh, I grabbed the wrong soldering iron. That one's not on. Let's grab the one that's on. It's like this should be melting something. Alright, let's see if we now have 5 volts from here to our voltage regulator. Yes, sir. Alright. We got the video fix on, we got that. Let me go ahead and put the cartridge cover on here with the metals this time. Okay, and round base, which in the back. All right, so curved up front, flat in the back. Okay.
The Kicking Dom Wars. Does high C juice hydrate?
High C? It's got water in it. It hydrates. But the more sugar you have, the salts, the less it hydrates. So, depends on how much salt is in there. All right. There's the base. I'm just going to put in the screws that hold in the bottom cartridge side. And the one that holds in the cart and the card slot too. We'll get those screws in and then we'll test it. If it works, then we're going to figure out what to do about the top shielding. Leave it off, cut it. Those are my two options. I just need to make sure the top plastic cover goes back on the Genesis, goes back on the 32X. I don't think that's tall enough to hit the cover top though. Alright. That's all we need on the 32X. Put the top on here just to see how it fits. Yeah, so it doesn't hit. Let's see what happens. To the Bat Cave! Okay. Take you off. Power off here. Move the master of all the systems down here. My Super Nintendo is on. I don't need that on right now. That's the one that goes in the box. Okay. Changes power. (32X) video. Come on. Stop moving. I know you're not screwed in, but Jesus. Stop moving around on me. One of those do as I say, don't do as I do. I would suggest having a 32X without its top while you power it on, unless you are very careful, because I've been electrocuted, and I want to say right now, firsthand, it is not fun, even at low voltage. High voltage is really a pain. Okay, 32X in. TV on so I can see things. Genesis controller in so I can test things.
The Kicking Dom Wars. EMP incoming.
Holy shit, Batman! Boom shakalaka! Alright. Do a 32X game. Let's do a good one this time. Oh, it's beautiful! It gives me little tingles in my belly.
64 bits. MLG. Look at those dank Dudley skills going up.
Woo!
Sleeping bag. LOL.
This game just looks beautiful.
Red 64 bits. WTF? Echo with birds?
Pretty much. No, I'm gonna get some honey. Get away, I'm getting the honey.
The Kicking Dom Wars. You beat me to it.
I forget what I have to do to actually get to the shooting part of the game. Go away, bird. Stop pushing me around. Eventually it becomes a shooter, and I forget what I gotta do to get there. But it's like Echo too, like you gotta do something to trigger. Stop pushing me. Ah, they don't want me to get by the flowers. I'm gonna get by the flowers. Leave me alone. It's a pretty game. I thought I could eat bugs.
Dank Momentum Red 64 bits. What is this called?
It is Karabi? Something like that? Colibri. There you go. Metalhead is one I thought was fun. You can,
The Kicking Dom Wars. So how do we top aliens and dolphins?
how about
Probably
with
birds
mechs?
and demons.
So you can change your video from
Dank
photo to
Momentum Red
picture.
64 bits. Whoa. Gundam.
Good luck.
Thank you, we're gonna need it.
Mission 1. Your first mission. Destroy all enemy mechs in the city near the border.
Dank Momentum Red 64 bits. Am I on acid?
Maybe.
Is that Stephen Hawking?
Oh, behind. How did he get behind me? I thought he. Turn around. There he is.
Kicking Dom Wars.
There we go.
Tank controls and first person don't blend well.
No,
Grenade cannon. Grenade gun.
I think I can change it somehow. There we go. I can look above. I can look left and look at right. I can't get out of the purple.
Grenade cannon.
Aha! Grenade cannon took care of it. Boom! Right in the butt. I don't know. People give this game hate, but I think it's kind of fun.
Chain gun.
But we're working. It was a 5-volt line issue. The video looks good. I don't see any rolling. I don't see any noise. I think I'm gonna leave it up to you, Red McKnight. But do we want to just leave the top metal off? I can send it to you if you want to keep it. I'll just screw down the board, because obviously it's not getting any interference. But that new cap I put on there takes up a lot of room. Here's my wife. Hello. Give me a 3-way and a cheese coney with no onion and mustard. Alright, sounds good. Give me a lemonade. Yeah, thank you. Love you too. Bye. So.
Dank Momentum Red 64 bits.
No.
So the top plastic would be missing?
This metal will be missing. So I can cut the metal here. And cut the metal out here. Or we can just leave the whole thing off. Your choice. Cut or leave off.
Dank Momentum Red 64 bits. Cut it. Add it back on.
Alright, there we go. Back to the bench. Where is my metal snips? Give me a moment. I know I got it here somewhere. Got too many drawers. I probably got just enough for drawers. I got too much crap in my drawers. Hey! I was looking for this. It's my Master System power supply. I think I have it in there because it needs new caps. A lot of Genesis power cords in here. Mystery Genesis games. That one I took the board. That was a. I think this was a. I don't remember, but this game, this board is bad, so I moved the ROM chips over. This, I'm pretty sure, is a sports game.
Dank Momentum Red 64 bits.
More game.
Could be worse. Could be filled with nothing but glue like those damned C64 plugs. I hate those so much.
Oh yeah, the 64 ones. I just got all kinds of random just game PCBs in here. I think that's a Master System game. I think that was Miss Pac-Man. That's what it was.
Dank Momentum Red 64 bits. 20 Sonic Rings says one of them is Shadowrun. Laughing face.
Oh man, look at this Game Gear. He has had better days. I think he's one I've not recapped him, but he needs a new shell. We'll bring this guy back to life later.
For the Xbox One? Dank Momentum Red 64 bits. You can remake it. You have the technology and skills.
We'll make it yellow and blue, or yellow and green. This is my big box of parts. This is where I'm like, Jesus Christ. I need to get new USB cords for these. That being said, I still haven't found my metal snips. I can put all these back. Maybe these are up here. Let's see. Oh my
The
gosh.
Shaking Dom Wars. Make it red and blue to mock the failures of preservation on Sega's front.
I'm going to make it whatever pieces I have. Let me see. Here's what we got left. It's going to be the reverse of the one I have then. This is mine that I made. Too close. That's the one I made, so we're going to make it in the reverse. So it's going to have a yellow front and a green back. And let's see here. We can put in
Dank Mamedom Red 64 bits. Advocating Dom Wars, the one Doug Lee made for me is Miami Vice colors.
it's pretty cool. I love that one.
Dank Mamedom Red 64
All right.
bits. I was on a huge 80s kick at the time.
Okay. My snips are not up there either. Where's my work bag? Up top. Up top!
Advocating Dom Wars. I've been into 2010s country.
Oh, Jesus. Look at those caps. I think those came out of the ColecoVision. Alright. I got another place to look. Hold on. Hold on.
Dank Mamedom Red 64 bits. Those things are so big, they make me conflicted. LOL.
Alright, I found them. Those will cut me some metal.
Tiki Party. Capacitors and spark plugs are the typical joke played between mechanics.
Alright.
The Kingdom Wars. Wasn't there someone who warned against messing with ColecoVision? Tiki Party. Why did I say spark bug? It's spark plug.
Spark bugs work too. Those usually come out during the summer though, and they just kind of like glow their butts. Aren't those the spark bugs? Where'd that go? Alright. I'll make it look a little nicer here in a second. I just wanted to make sure I cut it far enough back. I didn't.
Tiki Party. R. Thanks Doug Lee, I caught it. Now I can be a pirate.
Arrgh. Almost. Just need to cut this. Let me see here. I'll put my gloves on. I decided I didn't want to cut my hands. Just a last minute thought. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't cut my hands. Just gonna kind of. Okay. Okay, that looks better. Let's get it on here. Yeah, 6 up pretty high. But, you know what? There we go. We'll put her back together, screw everything back on. I wonder if I leave the top off, if I can play that Japanese game.
Cabot Kisser. Sega, welcome to the next level. Dank Mamedom Red 64 bits. Beautiful work.
Thank you very much. I'm just glad that I was able to bring it back to life.
Dank Mamedom Red 64 bits. Do not risk running a Japanese game through it though. Not after all this.
Fair enough.
Tiki Party. What's the risk with a Japanese game?
There's no risk. The only difference between the cartridges...
Cabot Kisser. When I had MT Sega 32X, I never had this game.
With the...
Mamedom Red 64 bits. I am just paranoid.
That's fine, but there's no
Probably
risk.
no risk.
The only difference is the cartridge slot size. Like, there's some games with lockout. So, like, if you tried to play certain games on a Japanese system, it may say this is for the American consoles only, or American region only. Same thing, or vice versa on the other games. But, yeah, there's no risk.
Tiki Party. Japanese games have anti-piracy measures that overvoltage the console kappa.
Oh no! They will burn you! Well, we didn't get any games done today, but that's okay. I do want to see if we can fix the 32X power supply, since I'm thinking about that. I got the new cap for that. I think I do. Alright. Looks good, and all the screws are in.
The Kicking Dom Wars. For legally snipe you, then butcher you.
I lost the top. I'm topless! Woo! We don't want the 32X bubbies to show. There we go.
The Kicking Dom Wars. Nintendo does that a lot.
There we go. Did I miss something? I do what? Oh, right.
Tiki Party. Every copy of Mario 64 is personalized. It tracks your personalized IP.
You thought it was a Mario Party? Oh, buddy.
Dank Mamedom Red 64 bits. At Tiki Party what? That isn't real, is it?
No, it's not. He's being silly.
The Kicking Dom Wars. But it's not connected to the internet.
There's a chip inside of it.
Dank Mamedom Red 64 bits. It could be RANnet, Sharkwire, Shogi. Tiki Party. No, but every single other device on your house does already.
All to Nintendo. Nope. All to Google. Right now, the phone's listening to you. And you may get ads for 32X stuff because we talked about it so much. Or your Apple device. Alright. We're back together again. We'll do it together again. Testing it. One more time. Gonna celebrate. the way that feels. I'm so paranoid about bending my pins on these things.
Dank Mehmet Red 64 bits. I'm gonna have a custom Streets of Rage sticker made to put on that beast, like I did with the Sonic sticker for my Genesis.
Nice.
Laughing face.
Alright, we're on together. Connected. Power on. I'm using the EverDrive, then I'm going to use an actual 32X game. Wait for my TV to come on first. Sorry, my switch on my Genesis is acting up. I gotta take this thing apart and clean it too. Everything I own needs something.
For some odd reasons even TV have microphones to them. Yes, looking at you Samsung. Cabot Kisser. One game I used to play a lot on the 32X was Virtua Racing.
Oh yeah. Actually, we'll test Virtual Racing as a real cartridge. So there we go. Knuckles Chaotic is working. We're good. Hey, how you doing? Come here, come here.
Dank Mehmet Red 64 bits. Chaotix. Welcome to the next level in 32X world.
I hope we get the Chaotix crew in Sonic movie. Alright.
Dank Mehmet Red 64 bits. Hey, your Genesis does the same thing mine does, with the static lines on the bottom.
Hold on. I'm thinking I've got to take it apart again. It's acting weird.
Dank Mehmet Red 64 bits. Oh no.
I'm wondering if that metal is hitting something. I might need to trim it back a little bit more. Basically, when I had it off, it was still feeding power to the video, and the video was kind of acting weird. But it didn't do that when I didn't have the metal case on it. It only did that out.
Cabot Kisser. At least you're not dealing with the red ring of death.
I got some of those we can deal with later. Oh yeah, here we go. That's my metal. There we go. Just gonna bend that up a little bit.
Dank Mehmet Red 64 bits. Doug Lee, if you can guarantee safety, you may remove the shielding.
Yeah, it won't cause any problems. I just want to try this first. I'm not gonna just leave the top off. We'll see if it does it again. Basically, it was doing some feedback, voltage feedback into the television line. So it was causing a problem. I'm just gonna. It's causing the video on the television to act up when the Genesis was off. And it shouldn't do that. That being said, come on. There we go. And we have you over here. I don't know if the wires that's come on the HD Retrovision is just longer or something. And also, I got a weird setup in my house, so. Alright, we plug it in first, and I'll put in the volt power. Alright, we don't have anything funky now. Plug in the cartridge. That's fine. Alright, turn it off. Alright, that's better. Alright, we'll get the virtual racing game in here.
Dank Momentum Red 64 bits. I saw something.
Yeah, it's something with the EverDrive. Like when I took the EverDrive out, it was fine. Alright, virtual racing. Hey, you know what? You don't want 32X games. I was gonna say, I'm trying to think of things to trade you for that PC Engine. Yeah, virtual racing is a $30 game. You want a real copy of it?
Dank Momentum Red 64 bits. I saw a Black Shadow line, or something like that. Will that happen on my EverDrive?
I'm gonna see what happens here with the regular game first here. Time bonus! I've never been really good at this game. I did get it on the
Dank Momentum Red 64 bits. No, I really need cash right now.
Oh, that's fine.
But again,
Alright, I can.
make me an offer.
How about.
I'll go lower for you.
Let me look at my finances. Maybe we can do like 150. Would you do 150 for the Turbo EverDrive and the PC Engine? Probably that's fine. And I throw in virtual racing. And I'll send you cash money.
Dank Momentum Red 64 bits. Does Virtua have a menu?
So the box is a little dinged up at the top, but yeah, his manual's in there. I originally bought it at Goodwill for $3.
Dank Momentum Red 64 bits. And you do PayPal?
Yeah, I've got the money in Venmo right now, so I'd have to move it over to PayPal. So that shouldn't be a problem. Unless you got Venmo. Alright, now I'm going to turn this off and see if I get the same glitch. So, just a second. Just like a little second of it. I think it's at big cap.
64 bits. I think we just made a deal.
Alright. I think
But
my
I don't
big
have
cap
Venmo.
is doing it. Oh, that's fine. I can move my money over to PayPal. It's not a big deal. And then I'll send that to you for that stuff. And I'll throw in some goodies to you, too. Yeah, I'm thinking that large cap I put in there is on the video line. And I think what we're seeing is it's like letting out some of its extra voltage. And it just going back to the video line. Let me see if it... It also might be my power supply. I mean, it's not doing it now. How's Doom? Oh. Oh! Well, that's interesting. I'm powering it by the Genesis. I took the power supply out. The power... Okay. That little jumper made it so the Genesis is powering the 32X.
Dank momentum rate 64 bits. Now I am officially scared.
Well, you just bought a new power supply, didn't you? Because this would be fine as long as this Genesis has a power supply that can handle the extra amperage.
Dank momentum rate 64 bits. My biggest concern is safety.
Yeah, you're not going to have an issue with, so now it's not going to do it. But now we don't need a power cord for the 32X. And you bought those new power cords, didn't you? Like, I'm using a standard Genesis one. No, I'm not. I'm using, okay, I'm using it, let's see,
Dank momentum rate
a
64
1.2
bits.
amp.
For the 32X only, yes.
Okay. Well, that just means I got to figure out why. Okay, so we know that the voltage is coming from the Genesis, and what we're seeing is the voltage feedback. That means we might have something wrong with the voltage regulator. That might be what it is. Okay, I've got a 1.2 amp power supply running the Genesis now, which gives us enough amperage pull to run the 32X. So we know that's good. Now, the question is why it wasn't getting voltage originally, which it might be that 5-volt regulator. Can it run the EverDrive? Lunch is here, so I'm going to put this on hold. Yes, so it still can run the EverDrive. No page. There it goes. That's not how it works. Alright, let me think about this. I'll talk to some nerds I know online and we'll see what we can do. But I'll have to buy a new voltage regulator for it. I'll order two because this one's not working right now. That way we can have it run by its own power. Unless you want it to not run by its own power. But that explains why we weren't getting the voltage. I can plug it in at the bench later and we'll see what's going on. So I will post when I'm going to come back on and mess with this thing more. But I want to get it right and you happy. So I will talk with you guys later. Thank you for coming in. I'm going to go eat some food.